Okay, we're back to our mannequin. And I have a single light source. It's just a shop light. Show you the shop light. Shop light is just a simple $9 Home Depot shop light. I've got it on an expensive camera stand, but it will attach to anything. And according to my camera, if I have my ISO at 100, my f-stop at 8, which is not small but not very large either, I need to expose this for 2 seconds. If I were to expose it for any less time, let's say a half a second or a quarter second, how about a quarter second? It's going to be pretty dark. So I need to expose this for a half second. I'm going to take a picture. Okay, not bad. Let me see the exposure warnings. Turn off the grid. Not bad. Now, no human being is going to be able to hold perfectly still for 2 seconds. Okay. So in lighting conditions like this, where the only light we have is one single source, there's no outside light, there aren't a bunch of lights on inside. That's what flashes or strobes were invented for. A strobe will compact all of that 2 seconds worth of light into a single flash. Let's see if I can set up the strobe. I have, in a very similar position, I have this studio strobe. Try and get it in the same place as our shop light, or roughly. If I turn the controller on the camera, turn the shop light off. Well, the strobe has a little bit of light, and that's called a modeling light. That's so we can aim the light correctly. But instead of 2 seconds, let's try a quarter second. So 2 things would need to happen. Either I need to have more time, which if the shutter's open for more time, a person's going to be a little bit blurry. Or I need more power from the strobe. I can get a lot more power from the strobe. I'm going to go all the way down to 1/50th of a second. And I am going to adjust this strobe. I turned it up 2 full stops. Let's see what it does. There we go. Now we're getting more out of that strobe. Where am I at on the strobe? On the top is just the shop light, but it's a 2 second exposure, so someone's going to be blurry in a 2 second exposure. Our mannequin isn't. The bottom one is with the studio strobe, and the studio strobe has a different quality of light. The shop light on the top is a warmer light. The studio strobe is a more blue light. but that's where the white balance comes into play. White balance. So that's the idea. Let's see if I go to this view. The shop light, to get a good exposure, we needed to open the shutter on the camera for 2 seconds. Whereas the strobe, I open the shutter on the camera for 1/50th of a second. So the strobe is packing all that 2 seconds worth of light from the shop light into 1/50th of a second. That's what a strobe does.